Alright, welcome back to another
Yes,
video. I'm here with, it's me, your boy, and I'm back with this nigga right here.
the Mad Kaiju.
The mad forehead, right.
All right, stop it.
Alright, so,
All right.
this video we're gonna be talking about the state of Xbox, and if you were to
Yeah, it's gonna hurt some
come
feelings.
into fucking, if you were to possess the company right now, if you were to become CEO of Xbox right now, what would you change about it? And where would you what would you do in order to get it back onto the right track? Because I'm not gonna lie, Rise of it is right now,
Man,
bro. That shit kind of ass, bro. All right,
shit looking bleak over
this
there.
shit looking.
Them
I don't know.
boys.
I don't know how the fuck they got fanboys, but that shit's crazy.
Look, really bleak ain't even the word.
Nah,
Cause yeah, and that's another thing, bro. They've done a very good job of deflecting and I guess what you call it like smoke and mirrors, bro. They just keep the current consumers uh preoccupied with
hmm,
things that don't make Xbox better.
right.
And that's how they got where they are.
Look,
Uh,
cause, oh my bad. So,
yes.
like, bro, I know you saw. Well, you probably didn't, but there's been talks right on Twitter of how
hmm
the subscription sales they flattened, right? And so it's not growing.
Subscription for Game Pass?
Yeah, for Game Pass, yeah, it's not growing at
Uh,
all. Which is why there's also been talks of them becoming like a third party publisher and putting games on PlayStation.
well, well, I'll say this first and foremost. Uh, that's why I fuck with PlayStation. It's unfortunate Xbox is in the position they're in, but no, I didn't see that shit about Xbox Game Pass sales flattening. Like,
It's just a rumor though. It's just a rumor.
even if it is, I mean, they wouldn't be saying all of this shit because I've heard some things, right? But they wouldn't be saying all the stuff that they're saying if for whatever reason everything was all good.
Hmm.
There wouldn't even be talks about going third party. There wouldn't even be hints of going third party. They're very particular with the stuff that they say,
Hmm.
and I haven't been hearing anything that spells good news for Xbox
Right.
coming soon. So I'm inclined to believe that. Also, there's been multiple times where you could just get Game Pass for $1, or you can get Game Pass for buying Pop Tarts, or you can get Game Pass for baby diapers or Mountain Dew or
Baby
any of
diapers is
this
crazy.
random bullshit that these motherfuckers want to throw out there. And then obviously there's been glitches to get Game Pass for years and years, just stacking it up. There's different fucking loopholes and stuff to get Game Pass infinitely.
Hmm.
So I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. And craziest part about it, Game Pass is cheaper on PC if I recall correctly
Look, I don't
than it
know.
is on Xbox.
Yeah, I
And
don't know.
that's some wild shit. How is
Right.
Game Pass cheaper on some shit that's not even your home base?
Well, I mean, shit, you know what it is, bro. They don't want to. They don't want to do an Xbox anymore, bro. They want to do a PC. They want to get into the Steam money.
Yeah, 'cause they see, oh, that's where it is, bro.
Right,
Like
right, right.
no, you're not finna just weasel your way in there, bro, and beat out the Epic Game Stores and Steam.
Right.
Like you're
So,
literally gonna go from third place in consoles to going third place in fucking
not
all
even
digital
third
sales with
place. There will
PC.
be more than that. Cause don't
Well, I
forget,
don't know all of the other things.
Ubisoft still
I just
has
know
their own
Epic.
little store. Yeah, Epic Games got their shit. Steam got their shit.
Yeah, I know Epic Games and Steam.
Hmm.
Those are the two that are like, as far as I am understanding,
Right, right,
are
right.
at the top.
Okay.
So even if
So,
they did make a huge push, they, like I said, they'd be going from third to third, just in
right,
a
right.
different space.
Okay. So, what would you say they're at right now?
I would say that they're in a fucking terrible spot.
Hmm.
There should never be talks about going third party. Um, and if anybody's been keeping up with the news, I haven't really been like with the particulars. I know that there's been some stuff from Satya. I don't know his last name is Nadada or some shit. He said
Hmm.
something recently that upset people that hinted at moving towards third party. But yeah, man, they put all their eggs in one basket with
Right,
Game
right.
Pass, and then like we just talked about, Game Pass got fucked over with being able to get it for free and being able to get it for dirt cheap, and people being able to stack it for so long. Um, on top of the publishers and the developers not getting paid what they should be getting paid
Right.
for these games that these motherfuckers is putting out. It's not. It's literally just not fair to them
Right.
for them to put a game out and day and date you get it for free. It's like you are hemorrhaging money for these people.
Right.
They're working their asses off, and you're just like, yeah, we're gonna put it in Game Pass. And some of these people can't say no, because either that or we just lose funding and we just disband altogether. Now we're all out of jobs.
Right.
So, they really shot themselves in the foot with that all the eggs in one basket shit. They're in a very bad spot. They're obviously in third place. Like, the only thing is PlayStation and Nintendo, and that's not good, man. Because
Yeah,
Nintendo
it's not
doesn't even
good.
really compete in the space of consoles.
They don't have to.
Nintendo,
They got their own
yeah,
spot.
that's why I'm saying Nintendo is kind of like an offshoot at this point. It's like an accessory.
Right.
Like everybody
Secondary
has a
console.
Switch. Yeah, it's a secondary console. It's not your primary. It's not most people's primary. Yeah, you can game on there a lot, but it's not most people's primary. Like
Right.
you
Right.
just that's not good, bro. A world
Yeah.
without Xbox is going to leave us in the shitter.
Mhm.
And I keep telling people this, and they just think I'm like boy cries wolf type shit. But it's like, bro, PlayStation's already just doing ridiculous shit, like raising prices out of nowhere, and looking at the player base like, what the fuck are y'all gonna do about it? Go somewhere else? And they're right, cause we can't.
Right.
We're not going to, because like, what you gonna do? Go to Xbox? It's fucking literally crumbling every
Right.
day. Is bad news about Xbox. It's unfortunate, and people are just like, oh, the fanboys are another aspect of why it is how it is.
Mhm.
Because instead of criticizing them all these years for the shit that they've been doing, they let everything rock, bro. They let it rock in hopes of them turning it around, or them telling the truth about putting the players first and more exclusives and this and that, bro. When fucking Phil Spencer got up on stage or got in front of that webcam, whatever he said, whenever he said it last year about, I hear the narrative online that if we just release great exclusives, that things will just turn around. And he was like, that's just simply not true.
Yeah, nah, he
And
was bro. He's a fucking idiot for saying that, because
For
it's
saying that
it's
on-
already been proven to be true, bro. Your competitors are doing it.
Talk
They're-
about crushing the
motherfucker,
dreams
Nintendo
of your
alone,
fucking
bro.
consumers.
Nintendo alone has sold
The prime example.
that, bro. About to be damn. They're about to surpass the PlayStation 2, bro. Off
Crazy.
exclusives alone. Off of good
Off of
exclusives alone.
exclusives alone. How do you think PlayStation got where they were at? I don't want to say exclusives alone, but that's really what kickstarted it. Those exclusives led to more profit. That extra profit led to timed exclusives. The point is, when you have shit on your console, you can't play anywhere else. People have to come to your console.
Mhm.
And he for whatever reason, he don't understand that, or it's just been too many fucking years that he's just fucked it off under his management,
Right.
and just let people run wild and do whatever. And then the player base thinks like, oh, well, they're trying, and Game Pass is going to be awesome. Like, I don't understand how you expect to get quality games out of a service where the developers aren't even getting paid.
Look, and
These
speaking
games
of
aren't
quality games,
exclusive, bro.
Right.
These games are not exclusive. What do y'all have that's exclusive that anybody wants?
Look,
Halo and Gears and Forza. Forza is already not. I don't want to say it's not a good game, but it's damn sure not better than Gran Turismo in terms of realism.
well, shit. Look, it don't gotta be
Gears
better
has
than
been
Gran Turismo. It's
Gears.
good enough,
Yeah, Gears has been Gears for fucking ever.
bro.
You play
when was the
one
last
Gears, you
Gears
play them
even
all.
came out? Gears
Hell
5
if
came
I
out
know.
in like 2015, not 2015. It came out
Hell
like 20
if I
fucking.
know. Matter of fact, let's look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, cause this what is it? 5?
Yeah, Gears 5. Yeah, that shit came out in 2019.
That's tough.
There hasn't been another one.
September 6, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Halo
You said
Infinite.
Halo's been in the dirt.
Crazy. We don't even got a fucking. I don't care
We
when
gotta
that game
talk
came
about
out. The
Yeah.
point is that game flopped so hard.
Yeah.
If your primary exclusive is not enough to help boost profits or boost console sales, what hope does anything else have? These motherfuckers seen that and was just like, you know what we need to do? We need to get a bunch of we need to get a bunch of AA games and slap them in a service for $15 a month. That's gonna make all our money back, bro. What?
Look, motherfuckers ain't saying that Game Pass ain't a good deal either. But it's
No,
just that
it's great.
when-
It's great. It's just not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. And when you're fucking when your entire game plan hinges around on that succeeding, like you said, you're gonna put out some pretty shitty products. Like I'm not sure if you
Yeah.
saw the Xbox Direct recently, but
Mm-mm.
the Indiana Jones, man, I'm not gonna
It's
lie,
looking rough.
I was not impressed. It's first person. It goes third person whenever like you're climbing things or something.
Uh-huh.
But bro, I'm not impressed. It's our first look at it,
That's
but
what
that's
did it
just
say on the video?
it's bro. It's just look. You gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch it for yourself. I'm personally not impressed, bro. I
I
think
just
that
need to know what it says on the
you
video.
gotta take a look at it, bro. That's all I can tell you.
My boy said I
The
gotta take a
Avowed.
gander.
Avowed. I mean, it look,
How long have they been talking about that shit?
bro. I mean, they showed gameplay. You know, I mean, it looks like a, it, you know, it looks, you know.
It
Uh,
looks, but you don't know what it looked like.
it's
It
about
looked
what
like
I'd expect.
something, but we don't know.
It's about what I'd expect from Obsidian. You know, they made fucking Outer Wilds and shit. If you ever seen that, Outer Worlds,
Avowed
I mean,
gameplay.
Outer
I
Worlds, I
gotta
mean.
look it up,
Have you
bro.
seen
I
that?
got to.
Have you
I
seen
seen
Outer
Outer Worlds.
Worlds?
Isn't that
Yeah,
the one where you can kill everybody and fuck the whole game up?
I don't know. I
I
played that shit.
distinctly,
I
I
played that shit for like
distinctly
2 hours. I
remember.
said, yeah, this shit's ass.
I distinctly remember. Maybe it was one of the other homies was saying like, yeah, he killed an NPC, and he was the main quest giver, or he was a key like point in a quest that he was already in. And he
Hmm.
murked the nigga, and that was just it. Game was fucked.
Yeah,
And I'm like, great, fantastic game
yeah. See,
design. But I
I
mean,
don't know about that, but yeah. So you know,
let me see this
it really looks
Avowed.
like that. It looks a little bit better than that game. That's it. Again, I'm not impressed. They showed some other shit that wasn't really worth me remembering. So you know
Hmm.
that's I'm not really impressed by what they have to show off.
And mind
So
you,
at the moment,
this isn't cool that it's like this.
yeah, it's not.
It's literally been years since they showed anything. They fucking haven't even been. They didn't even get nominated for Game of the Year because they just haven't been releasing fucking games.
Yeah,
All the fanboys of the Xbox at a certain time was just so hyped about. Oh, we got all these studios, bro. It's literally been years, like not just a couple, 3 or 4. It's been like 5, 6, 7 years for some of these acquisitions. You didn't had them, and they haven't done shit. Like
right.
they still haven't put out a game. The longest, well, maybe I'm not a fucking developer, but I do follow a lot of fucking games in in the developmental process. The type of games that take the longest to build are MMOs.
Hmm.
On average, it takes an MMO from start to finish 7 years to be made. None of these games that they're putting out are MMOs. These are single player experiences, uh, sandbox, what do you call them? Like first person shooters or arena shooters. It's just like, what are y'all doing?
Right.
Why is it taking so long for these teams to push out shit? And they just keep telling y'all games are coming, games are coming, games are coming. So I think like it's a combination of Xbox lying to the consumers and the consumers consistently believing it, even though it's right in their face that they're not gonna change. And if for whatever reason, it's like Stockholm syndrome. They slap them across the face like, oh, I won't do it again. They get slapped again, and they haven't critiqued anything ever. It's always all good on Xbox side. They don't
Hmm.
ever be like, "Oh, this is terrible. We need to fight for this. We need to stand up for this. We're not gonna buy this shit. We're not gonna support Game Pass because it's fucking up the games. We keep getting B-rated games." Like
Look, I
they
hear
just
you.
don't even have that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
hear you.
that's what's wrong
I
with it.
I think that it's really just coming down to management, right? Because even though their games are taking forever, there's no point. There's no reason why Halo Infinite should come out in the way it did, right?
Man, yeah, you're right.
The game came out. Nobody said anything good about it. Then
Not a
it
soul.
lost 90% of its players, right? So there's some
90.
blatant bro. There's some blatant management issues going on up there, right?
Mhm.
And the problem is they don't want to restructure it around to where they can get some new people in management positions and nothing like that. They just want to say, okay, put it out, buy into the studio, right? Which is another thing they're doing. They need to stop buying other publishers in order to make up for their lack of productivity.
Yeah.
The
They need to make the
that
people who they got work.
right,
Make them work, bruh.
right. They already had
Put
before
something out.
even before the Obsidian and even so, like before Bethesda and Activision acquisitions, right? They already had like what, like 12 studios. They had like 12, 14 studios, right?
Too many studios.
Right. They already had too many, and the games they were putting out just weren't it. Cause they had, or
Yeah,
well,
no, it's just
then
been
again,
bad.
like half of the studios they bought already made only Xbox games anyway, right? It was like Insomniac, like PlayStation buying Insomniac, right? They only made
Yep.
PlayStation games anyway. They might as well just been considered a PlayStation Studios to begin with.
Yeah,
But
kind of like how I feel about Square Enix, but
right,
that's a whole nother topic.
yeah, but they want to keep ducking us, so it don't matter. Um,
And they
with
just go ahead and get acquired.
they just bro, the management is just not working out. All right, I mean,
No, management's bad. It's Phil
I know,
Spencer.
yeah, I was saying, I know people. Oh, okay, Phil Spencer is folding. All right, he's folded too many times,
Not folding. He has
bro.
folded. It's
Bro,
over.
he's
He got them in a shitter.
he's got them in a very bad spot. He sold them on the dream with the Game Pass thing, and sure, Game Pass, sure, I'm sure it looked great, while it was coming up, I'm sure it would look great, but bro, it hit its apex, it hit its peak.
Yeah. Another thing is like they just refused in terms of like creativity. They just refused to get with the times. And I think that may have something to do with it on a smaller scale in terms of like why the newer games are failing.
Hmm.
Because like I don't know, most people don't want to play a game that moves and plays like Halo. Everything is cracked out fast. Like
Nah,
that's
I
just
don't agree
like
with that. I don't agree with that. I think
look, you don't
Halo
have to.
still has its market. Halo still has its market. All right, it's just
Yeah,
that
but its
three
market is
four
old people
three.
who ain't playing that shit no
Nah,
more.
bro. I mean, yeah, they're not playing anymore because it was bad. They're garbage now. Right? Halo is just Halo Infinite came out and flopped. Right? They're nigga. Match XP was something that had to be added in the game. They put that in the roadmap,
I beg your pardon.
bro. Earning match XP was something they put in a
You mean
roadmap.
wait. You're talking about I played a match and I didn't get XP for playing the
Yes, bruh.
match? Whoa,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's
you
something
can't
they
make
put
that
in a
type of shit out.
roadmap, bro. They put that in the roadmap for the game.
Why did the game come out like that? And that's
Exactly.
just
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying,
okay.
bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. The management is not there. Three
So
four
we
three.
agree
They
that
need to
where they're
hire,
at right now is bad.
bro. Yeah, of course, yeah, yeah,
Like the state that they're in, like they're in third place indefinitely,
yeah.
and
It's all
it's
bad all
looking
around.
like yeah, it's looking like an uphill battle, really.
Yeah, it is. Now, where they should be, bro. They should be standing right there next to PlayStation, right?
Rivaling PlayStation,
Yeah.
making PlayStation better. Yeah,
There's no reason why
and vice versa.
all the games they put out so far have been either decent or mid, right?
And yeah,
Now, when what would be the first thing you change if you were to come and like become a CEO?
man. Well, the first thing I would change. Look, the people that I know, obviously, I'd have to scout out and see who like track record fits, like the direction that we want to go in.
Hmm.
But I would have to scout out everybody and the teams who are clearly not ready for the big leagues, bruh. They get the games that we are putting in Game Pass.
Hmm.
Everybody else, I would be like, bruh, I don't care how long this takes you guys. Nose to the grindstone, give me a fucking triple A undoubted hit. I would make sure that everybody with a lick of talent is working on releasing us a triple A experience, whether it's single player or multiplayer. Because without exclusives, this shit is over, and we all know it. So that'd be the first thing. We got to get exclusives, and unfortunately, where they are right now, they don't have a whole lot of time, man. I
Yeah.
think they said they got to 2027 before before they just let it die essentially.
Hmm.
You got to 20. That's not a whole lot of time. We already
See,
2020. You got 3 years to come up with some heat, to come up with some increase in profit margins before they contemplate shutting down the Xbox. And it's a rumor, but before they, contemplate shutting down the Xbox division
hmm
or making it just go third party.
hmm
It's,
see,
bro, that's not a whole lot. That's
now
three
the
years.
first thing that I would do I would change that day and date thing. They're not. No, I would, bro. Any Xbox exclusives are staying on Xbox, bro. They're not coming to PC.
Hmm.
I would
I
take
feel
all
it.
that away. All that's got to come back. All right. There's no more day and date. There's no more day and date for Game Pass, right? And there's no more Xbox exclusives on PC. All right. We might do it like how Sony's doing it. Maybe they'll put,
Delayed
yeah, delayed.
releases.
Maybe, and I wouldn't say that. Maybe we'll put them over there. Maybe if the game didn't sell how we wanted it to sell, then maybe we'll put it over there. But other than that, nah, nah. We're not gonna put any games over there, right?
Okay.
I would scale back the PC thing heavily because for one, why would anybody get an Xbox if everything's going to PC?
Yeah, and I mean, like for the people who already got a PC built, uh, that's just stronger than
Right,
the current Xbox.
right,
There's really no incentive at all.
exactly.
It's just like, well, I'm just gonna get the best version of the game on my PC. So yeah, I wouldn't buy it on Xbox. There's no reason to, unless I was just a fan of Xbox.
Right. And look, people would start crying, "Oh, that's anti-consumer, anti-consumer, anti-consumer." Okay, well,
It's not
it's
anti-consumer.
only ever anti-consumer when it's Xbox or PlayStation, right? Nobody ever has anything to
Yeah,
say about Nintendo
no,
when it comes to that.
nobody bitches at Nintendo about having almost all of their games exclusive to Nintendo.
Right, right.
They get away with fucking murder, and
Get
you
away
know
with
why? It's because they
everything.
play on fucking nostalgia of everybody growing up playing Mario games,
Look,
Mario Party, this and that,
hey, look, you can say all that, but I mean,
Smash.
their games are speaking for themselves, bro. They're selling like
Yeah, and
crazy.
yeah, no, I'm just they no, but they do also play on that. It's just like, but that's why people give it a pass because it has a special place. Nintendo
I
has a
agree.
special place
I
in
agree.
most gamers'
No,
heart.
I absolutely agree. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Nintendo has a really big, like, I don't want to say like a big pass, but nigga, they absolutely have a pass. They absolutely have a pass when it comes to like a lot of criticism and all that, bro. They have all that shit. So you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. I was saying that shit myself not too long ago. But
Yeah,
yeah, bro. Nah, they all that PC shit gotta get scaled back. All right, if you
I
want
agree with
Xbox
that.
games, you gotta
Hell
come
yeah,
here to Xbox. All right.
that's true. That's what's gonna drive sales up.
Even if
People are
you
gonna be like, shit, I can't get this anywhere else.
even if you don't if you don't want to spend that much money to get the main system, just get a Series X. Get that. You know.
Yeah, there
But
is
yeah,
that. That's the
yeah.
cheaper option.
So
If you just want to play the game, you obviously people who buying that understand what that entails because it's
right,
just like, well, you're not gonna be getting the best version of the game, but at least you'll be able to play it.
right. Uh, Let me think. The next thing that I would probably do is I would restructure the entirety of 343. All right. I'll fire some people, hire some people. All right.
Hmm.
Because I don't think they've ever put out a Halo game that people have liked.
Mm.
Every Halo game they've put out, right, has the only good ones were the ones that Bungie made. So everything after Reach, everybody else hated. Nobody liked Halo 4.
Yeah.
Nobody liked Halo 5. People don't like Halo Infinite. So 343 need a complete
Hate Halo
restructuring.
Infinite.
They need a complete restructuring, all right? Because there's no reason why your studio, like you're the only studio here dedicated to Halo. You've already
You
put
gotta
out
have the best of the
you've put
best.
out 3 Halo games and they've all sucked. Your players did not
You
like
know
them.
what? And I'm people might hate me for this, bro.
Hmm.
I genuinely think if I was if I was in charge, something that just to kind of piggyback on what you're saying right
Hmm.
now
Hmm.
is going in a slightly different direction. I would it's time for some new IPs, bro.
I agree. I agree. No, absolutely. I agree.
It's time for some brand new IPs.
Yep. Yep.
I hate when companies just start resting on their laurels, bro. That shit is super weak to me. I don't like I don't condone anybody doing that shit. I don't like the fact that Nintendo does it. I don't like the fact that Sony does it. When you come out with a new IP, bro, that's just good. Give it a sequel. That shit's still performing good. Give it another one. I think people might hate me for this shit, and that just is what it is. Anything past the third needs to be either multiplayer based, like multiplayer live service, or just don't do it at all.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, I can't agree with that at
Yeah,
all.
I understand because it's just like, well, if you're really a fan of the franchise, here's this that you can play for a long time, but we got to start making something else. And that's the only reason why I would even consider doing that.
Right.
It's
Right.
not like it's not like it's mandatory, but it's just like, oh, if we release 1, 2, and 3, and you liked all of those, okay, this is the last one that you get,
Hmm.
and you'll be able to play this for a very long time because we have to move on, bro. We
Okay.
have to go to something new.
See, now I hear you with that, right? Um, I think that either they should make a new IP or they should bring back an IP that they haven't touched in like a long time and then do some more stuff with that, right? Because as an example, I think that
Oh, I
they
just got a good
either,
one.
yeah, I think that speaking for like PlayStation, right? I think that
Hmm.
they need to put a pause on some of this shit, right? And bring back SOCOM, Sly Cooper,
SOCOM, Sly Cooper, yeah,
Killzone,
yeah, yeah. We know,
Resistance. They need to do some other
we
things with
know.
those. All
That
right,
shit is it's untapped.
right. It's
You know how,
untapped,
bro? This current generation has never even seen those games. It would be like a brand new thing to them.
bro. Look, we talked about this in the PlayStation video, bro. The fact that people were saying who's the raccoon when RDC was playing PlayStation All Stars, bro, that shit blew my fucking mind.
That shit doesn't make any
People don't
sense at
know who
all.
Sly Cooper is.
Yeah, they've just let
They
my
don't know
boy
who Jack and Daxter is.
fade into obscurity. And they used to be PlayStation icons. The only person that they've brought with them is fucking Kratos and Sackboy.
Nah, Ratchet and Clank too.
Oh, and Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, 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 yeah. But I was gonna say another thing that I would need to absolutely do, and this is completely personal preference, bro.
Hmm.
Whoever was making Scalebound, I need them back.
That's
I need
Platinum.
Scalebound to release.
Platinum was making that.
Look, I'm giving them however much money they need to come
Look,
back and finish that shit
I
because
hear
I'm
you.
so serious.
I hear
That
you.
was the one thing as a PlayStation fan
Yeah.
that made me want to be like, you know what? I
Maybe I
just
should get
might,
an Xbox, right?
I
Hey,
just
I
might buy a
feel you,
fucking
bro. Hey,
Xbox.
I
Cause
hear
that
you, bro.
Scalebound trailer was
That
hot.
Scalebound trailer looked hot, bro. I
That shit was
feel
hot as
you.
fuck.
Nah, I hear
They
you.
was cooking with that shit
Hey,
and canceled it.
co-sign, bro. I hear that. I was thinking that same shit. I'm like, yo, I really might get an Xbox right now, but this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that shit was. Woo.
Yeah, bro. But you see,
Yeah,
yeah, they folded on that one. They could have made that work, but they folded. But
they
yeah,
did.
yeah, they need to
That's
do
not the only
something.
one that they. I know that they have other things that
Yeah,
have slipped in between the cracks. Cause like, bro, where the fuck is the new Fable?
I mean, they showed it off. They showed off that ugly ass main character that nobody liked.
They showed off. They showed off gameplay. Cause remember, last
I
time I remember, it was
think
just a
they
title
did.
screen said Fable, whatever
No,
the
no,
next
they
Fable
show no,
was.
no. 'Cause remember how they showing that one chick?
Hell no.
No, you don't remember that one ugly ass chick? You don't remember that? I'm gonna send it to you right now. Cause they definitely showed off. I think they showed off some
7
gameplay
months
for it.
ago?
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm behind. Hold on.
yeah. I'm pretty sure they just showed off some gameplay not too long ago. So
Yeah, it says 7 months ago. We
yeah,
gonna see what
so
they're talking about.
I mean, they got something. They're doing something with it, but the problem is it's taking a little too long.
It is taking a little too long, and they
Yeah.
running out of time, like we had said earlier.
Now, as for in the exclusive department, they got, like I said, they got all that right. What do you think for studios?
What do I think for studios?
Yeah, like what do you think for like their studios that they have right now? Right, I don't think they need to buy anything else. They have everything they need.
No, they don't need anything. They just need people to work. They need to give them an incentive to make good games because
Right.
I genuinely think that the whole Game Pass, we're gonna release your game on Game Pass is kind of like I don't know. It's like, well, we're already halfway done making it. But you just take the wind out of people's sails when you say shit like that. Because
Right.
if I know I've been busting my ass for the past 4 years making this game, and then you come out of nowhere telling me like, oh, this is gonna be a great opportunity for you guys. We're gonna put it on Game Pass. I know that that means we're not getting day one sales. We have to wait for the money to. We have to wait for Game Pass sales to spike or time to just go past before we get what we deserve essentially.
Right.
And yeah, that shit just don't sit right with me. They gotta stop doing that. You said that though. I don't really know what they team specialize in anymore because it's been so long since they put out anything of
Yeah.
quality.
They
I can't
used to
even
be.
tell
They
you
used to be the
who
multiplayer
should.
guys.
Yeah, I can't tell you who should and shouldn't be on what.
I think that they as of right now, Of course they got the Forza guys. Let them cook. They're doing their own thing. Their Forza games come out. They get 90s on Metacritic. Let them rock. All right, they're fine as they are. Um, like I said, 343. They got to get restructured.
Have to.
Who else?
You gotta you
The
gotta get
Gears
Platinum
people.
Games back.
The Gears guys. They got to get restructured as well because I'm not sure if you ever saw. Do you know who Crowcat is?
No.
Crowcat. He does like comparisons, right? Of like
Hmm.
certain games, or he'll talk about like how I'm not sure you remember the Watch Dogs, like how that game was advertised and then how it actually came out.
Oh yeah, how it
He'll
actually
do like
looked.
videos like that, right?
Okay, so like
So
before and after. So like
yeah,
trailer versus actual release.
kinda, yeah. Because he did a video for Back for Blood as well. But
Yep, trailer versus.
so he did a video comparing uh Gears 5 to the past Gear games, right? And Gears 5 was like it was wholeheartedly downgraded to how the games used to be, and that's no good,
Man.
right?
Yeah, you working backwards.
You're
That doesn't make
working
any sense.
backwards, right?
That
So
makes no sense.
they're gonna need to restructure that around, and they need to get the right people back in the studio, right? So there's a lot of studios that need to get changed, and I think that either they don't, it's either the industry doesn't have that many skilled people, that
Hmm.
can manage the studios, right? So that's probably why they're not doing it now. But I'm just talking, this is a whole what if scenario.
Need to be more hands on too, cause
Yeah,
like you just letting people free ball. You're not gonna get the results that you want. I'm not saying like rule with an iron fist, cause then you're gonna snuff out any creativity.
right,
But bro, at least check in, do some fucking some Q&A.
right.
Like you
I
gotta get
mean,
down there,
why would he do
cause who was
that?
the old boy that did that? Was it that Corey Balrog with the
Corey
like when they were
Balrog?
making? I'm just trying to draw comparisons here when I say
That's
like that they need to be more involved.
like wasn't that? I
That was for God of War. I remember somebody going in, seeing the current state of God of War and being
yeah,
like,
it
scrap
was.
this shit. This is dog shit. It's
It
either God, it was
it
God of
wasn't
War.
it wasn't it wasn't Corey because Corey was the one that make was making the game. It had to be like Sean Layden.
Either Sean Layden or the nigga who used to make David Jaffe maybe
He, nah, it
overseeing it
wasn't.
because didn't he start that?
No, he didn't. I think he was gone before the third game came out.
Hmm. Well, look, all I'm saying is you gotta have some QA around that
Right,
motherfucker,
right,
bro.
right. Um, I like I said, I don't think they need to buy any more studios, right? I think that's
Nah.
probably like the most anti-consumer thing you can do. You're shit. The fact that you're gonna buy up these studios and then keep them off of PlayStation is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but it's also just like their last. Because what else do they have? The only thing that because they don't have the people
Yeah,
who are talented already with them.
right.
So the best thing that they can do, I guess from their point of view, is just buy people and hope that they're talented. Just
Yep,
buy whole studios and develop teams and think that they are hope that they're talented and bring you some motherfucking money.
bro. But even then, bro, that shit is crazy, bro.
That
You
shit
you
sucks that they got to
spent
resort to that.
they spent upwards of $100 billion on two studios, not two publishers,
Two publishers,
two
and guess what? And guess
publishers,
what?
bro.
And their games are still going to be multi-plat for the next 10 years.
For one of them.
I, I can't believe
But
that you
look,
spent that much
but
money
look,
to keep
that
this shit on the
that doesn't matter because they don't care about it being multi-plat. They wanted the money.
Yeah, they want the money that you make from it every year. So for the
Yeah,
next 10
so that's
years,
okay.
they're going to be
That
making the
that
money.
that was acceptable. That's okay. That's fine. That was a smart money move, right? You can't argue with that. That was definitely a smart money move. But if you're looking at everything, because remember, this is just for Call of Duty. This was just purely for Call of Duty,
Yep.
right? Everything else is free game. Every other
Yeah,
IP they
yeah, we could
have,
get shut out on a whole lot of
yeah,
shit.
everything else we can get shut out on. That was purely for Call of Duty. It's up for
And
everything
now,
else.
and whether or not they do that is up to them. Because once again,
Yeah,
it falls back into it's the same reason why Minecraft is on PlayStation. it's literally the exact same reason. It's like, hey, do we do we take this off of PlayStation, knowing that the majority of the money we get from this shit comes from there to bolster our sales in a hope that it will bolster our sales? It has to have there has to be some level of attachment.
Hmm.
So like taking Minecraft away, big ass title, that might draw people. Of course, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. Taking Call of Duty away, that might draw people. What else do they have? What did they get?
They got Overwatch. They
Bethesda, right?
got fucking
Okay, yeah, you could take Overwatch. That will draw those people away.
yeah. They got
And
Overwatch. The nigga, they got Crash Bandicoot now. They got Crash
yeah,
Bandicoot,
man,
Guitar
it
Hero.
just I'm sorry, and that shit sounds is gonna sound anti-consumer. But if we're talking about revitalizing this fucking sinking ship, you just gotta play hardball, bro. You don't have no time to be passive about any of this shit. I would
Now,
have snatched everything that we bought immediately. It
I
would have
don't
been
agree with that.
effective
Nah, nah, nah.
2024.
I don't agree with that. Mainly because if you snatch all of those off of PlayStation, you're gonna lose out on a lot of money that you could be using to bolster your shit that you already have.
Look, I understand making the money
And I
in.
understand you're thinking that people are just gonna jump over. No, people are not gonna
No, but
jump
it's
over like
like
that.
that's the only way.
No,
we
no,
we
it's
both
not.
understand
It's
the
it's not the
exclusives
only
are
way.
the only. Yes, it is, bro.
Look,
Exclusives are the only.
I hear you. But when it comes to those games, that would be an extremely stupid decision because half the people on here are not gonna go out and just buy an Xbox for Call of Duty. Not Xbox, like a place, Xbox for Call of Duty. They're not gonna do that. $500
Man,
is a lot of money. I hear you.
yeah,
I think
you're right, but it's
you.
200. You're
Okay,
right, but it's
okay,
200. That's the
but
thing.
okay, yeah, I hear you, but
Series S
but
exists.
even then, that's still a lot of money. $200 is a lot of money. All right, I wouldn't do that. I would
No,
not do
you
that.
wouldn't do that.
I
But
would
there's a lot.
leave
But that's the thing, though.
Overwatch,
You can't do it from your
Overwatch,
perspective, bro.
Call of
You are
Duty,
not an avid.
all
Hold
of
on, hold
those
on, hold on,
live. Oh, go ahead,
hold
bro.
on, hold on. You cannot say that because you are not an avid addicted Call of Duty player. Neither are you an avid addicted Minecraft player. If you played that shit all day, every day, like some of these people do, you made YouTube content on it, you streamed it, you played that shit with your friends. If that shit left and that's like 50%
That's
of
not
the time you
50%.
spend. I
Oh, okay.
said
I see what
if.
you. I see what you. I
If
see
it was 50% of the time you spend on the game was spent on Call of Duty, I guarantee that you would switch.
Look, I hear
You're not
you.
about to let them take your favorite game. You're not going to let them take your bread and butter if you're a Call of Duty streamer, if you're a Call of Duty YouTube creator, if you're a Minecraft creator or a Minecraft streamer. You're not going to let them take away your bread and butter.
Hey,
You're going to go out and you're going to buy a system.
right. Hold on. Put a pause on this real quick. Hold on. I check something. But yeah, nah. That the only reason I'm saying that is because you're definitely right, right? If you snatch it away, those people are definitely gonna swap over, right? And they're gonna swap over as soon as possible. But I don't think it's gonna be enough to really justify taking that shit off because you're assuming that like I would say like half the people who are playing Call of Duty on PlayStation would do that. That's not gonna happen. I would say about a good 25% might do it, but like anywhere close to half, no, no. Because you gotta remember, bro. The it's the casuals on here, right?
Hmm.
Casuals will come on here. They'll buy Call of Duty, but they're not gonna spend another 500 for no Xbox, even 200. Not for an Xbox, not for Call of Duty. And
Because, but that's what I'm saying.
then on top,
Casuals won't be left with anything to play because we all know the casual games, bruh.
I
We
understand
know
that,
the casual games.
but you
We
gotta
got
realize
Minecraft
what
because
they're.
that's dirt cheap.
Okay, I
We got
hear you,
2K,
but
Call of Duty.
look. Those people, they are like I said, they're already on the game. They already have the game, right? They already have the console. You're asking them to leave their homies that they already have, that they already play with, to and all the progress they put on this one account
Hmm.
to swap over to another one.
That's why you got.
Shovel out $200 or $500, then start from level one again and
You
find new homies to play with.
started from no. You start that shit. You started from the end of the last one. When they bought Call of Duty at the time, because I'm gonna just keep using Call of Duty as an example.
Hmm.
When they bought Call of Duty, or the franchise, the company that owns it, it was what was it? Modern Warfare 2.
Yep.
Once it made that switch from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, it's gonna be a clean slate anyway. From that point on, brand new, Xbox only. whoever was playing it on Modern Warfare 2 on PlayStation, that's cool. But since we're coming out with Modern Warfare 3 and it's gonna be a clean slate anyway, might as well just cut it right there. Boom. We're not gonna cut you in the middle of the season or any of that shit before um before the next one come out. We're gonna let people rock because that just makes the most sense. But when that next one come out, you better believe, bro, that shit's gonna be Xbox exclusive.
Bro,
If I was running the shit,
bro,
because
even
no,
then,
people are
bro.
not gonna come over immediately, but over the course of time, people are gonna have that itch to play a goddamn shooter, and they're gonna be like, man, I miss Call of Duty, and they're gonna get on that. They're gonna get on fucking Amazon and scoop up a $200 S.
Look, hey, look, and I hear you, I really do. But you're thinking about it as just trying to get more people over here for
In the
exclusivity
long term.
purposes, bruh.
Yeah, in
But,
the long term.
in the long term, it
There
will be
is no
more.
short-term
It will
fix
be
for this
more.
for the
Okay,
situation
okay,
they're
but
in.
we're talking about purely for Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty, and Overwatch, right? It will be more beneficial for you to keep that on PlayStation because they're already large, already established games. Hold on, give me a second. All right, by by excluding the market leader and the market player base from your game, you're effectively cutting. I would say like a good 50% of your entire revenue.
Yeah,
And
and I
and and,
understand.
and I,
I understand where you're coming
now
from.
no, no, hold on, let me finish.
I will.
You're cutting off all of your revenue, right? By doing that,
Half.
you're cutting off half your revenue. 50% of your revenue that you could have used to bolster the studios you already have, give them the ability and time to make all of the to make a new IP, a new game, bring in new people, make a new engine, whatever they needed to make the next products that they'll put out even better, which will in turn entice more people to go out and buy Xboxes, right? Think of it like this: that money that you could have made by keeping the games on PlayStation could have funded another studio to finish Scalebound.
Can I counter that with this point?
Go ahead.
I hear exactly what you're saying, and that makes sense, right? If this was uh, Sony or Nintendo in this situation, I would tell you that you're not getting an argument from me. Can keep them shits on other consoles and make the money from it. The reason why I cannot agree with that is because this is fucking Microsoft. They print money. They are not wanting for any fucking amount of money. If they need money for Xbox, they'll pull it from Microsoft.
Now,
They've been
now,
doing that shit.
hold on. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. But you got to realize, just because they're printing money doesn't mean they want to keep bleeding it. All right.
But they've been doing it.
Okay, but they're doing it in
Xbox
hopes.
hasn't made.
They're doing it in hopes that Game Pass is gonna skyrocket. Right?
But
We don't know how it's looking right now. Well, everything we've heard has been purely a rumor. We don't know if it's doing well or not.
I need you to understand that Xbox, in the entire existence of Xbox, has never turned a profit.
You're right. You're right. I remember that.
A Nick, bruh, that's not
He
something
definitely
that I
said
just
that.
made
He
up.
definitely
They
said
went
that.
into
You're
court
right.
and said, ever since Xbox was created, we haven't turned a profit on this shit, bro. They've just been dumping money into Xbox all these years. They don't give a fuck about a couple, a couple more games or a
Now,
couple more studios that need to be funded. So them cutting ties would be better in the long run. Cause like I said, I understand where you're coming from. If you were talking about PlayStation, yeah, like continue to get that money. But you saying all of this as if they're hurting for money. They're
no,
not.
no,
It's
no. Now,
Microsoft,
look, I hear you. I hear you
richest
on
company
that.
in the world.
But even though Microsoft has all the money they need, again, I don't see why they would approve of you cutting off PlayStation. That will, bro, that'll just literally make a bigger hole in the Xbox pocket than it already is. Now I
I
hear,
don't know.
okay,
I
we
guess
already
I'm
have
just
money.
looking at it
We
from like
already
how
have
much.
money. We already have money. We can just throw it in there. Okay, but why would you want to keep throwing more money into the hole?
They've been doing it for goddamn 20 years.
And I understand that, but by cutting off that amount of people playing Overwatch and Xbox and PlayStation, you're literally just effectively making the hole even bigger. That you have to clog up with more money of your own money.
I understand exactly what you're saying. The only thing is that if they and I would you would have a valid point. if at some point Xbox was making money. But no, they've just been dumping money into Xbox. So what's a few more million? They've been fucking
Bro,
doing it.
that few more
They
million,
obviously don't
that
give a
few
shit.
more million can determine on whether or not they keep Xbox open. Because
Yeah, I
you're
guess we'll
already
find
saying
out
that. Yeah, let's say
2027.
you're already saying that earlier, bro.
Yeah,
They
we'll find
from
out
what we heard, they
2027.
got till 2027, bro. Take that shit off PlayStation. You got you got till next year. You got till
Man, look,
2026.
they said they need them motherfuckers to turn a profit, and really, bruh, realistically, hell would have to freeze over. Hell would have to freeze over because that shit just
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
At this
There would
point,
have to be a huge Xbox resurgence. They would
yeah,
have to have everybody over there because they have exclusives. Because if anything releases that you can get anywhere else, PC, Switch, PlayStation, people aren't going to Xbox.
yeah.
Xbox will not be receiving that money. It's the only
Do
way to
you
get out of
think?
it.
Do you think for the last point, right? Because we're gonna again kind of up there. Do you
Uh
think
huh.
that? Do you think there could ever be, or maybe say something like this? Do you think it will be more beneficial for them in the long run to just shut Game Pass down?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, and because that's what I'm talking about. I
Mm-hmm.
know that we're just like, oh, they don't have a long time, and that's true. But in the long run, it would be absolutely beneficial for them to shut that shit down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you, it lowers morale when the people who've been busting their ass on the game know that they're not finna get those bonuses because it went day and date to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna get paid up front for all their hard work. That shit lowers morale, bruh. That's how you get shitty games. Or then you just like fill it with stuff that nobody cares about. You you essentially put that your ecosystem back to where it needed to be. Some things that deem to be like that people deem to be like, oh, just whatever, kind of all right. That's the stuff you put in Game Pass, bro. I would rebrand that shit as something else. Put the B tier games in there, but like let all of our main studios rock, bro. Any indie devs, give them the option to go Game Pass or not. Obviously, we would call it something else. We call it whatever because I said there needs to be a rebrand. There's no way you could call it Game Pass and people like can separate the two in their head. People just won't for whatever reason.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, they gotta let that shit go, bro. I think it would literally boost morale. People would be more excited to make games if they know that they'll see the fruits of their labor when they should, as opposed to it being uh, a delayed situation.
Right. I also think this should go. I think that yeah, it's a great value, for consumers. But realistically, bro, if that shit's really bleeding your pocket like that, to where you have to consider actually becoming a third party, based off the rumors, obviously, based off the rumors.
Yeah.
Say if the rumors are true, if you actually have to consider being a third party, because the one thing you just banked your entire like sales pitch on is
Mhm.
flopping, then that's not good. That's not good at all. I think they genuinely want to get Game Pass on PlayStation, but PlayStation knows what they're trying to do. So that's why they're not even gonna try to talk to them about it, right? Because we got
Yeah, I don't think they're
Ubisoft. We,
gonna
we had
allow
the
that.
Ubisoft thing over here too, right? We had that over here.
You play? Yeah, we
Yeah, we
did.
had that. Yeah. They had Uplay as well, but they mixed it in with Game Pass, I think. They
We
want to
have
put.
something else like that too. I can't remember. I
Yeah, I
can't
can't
recall
remember
right
either.
now.
But they want to put it on Nintendo. I think Nintendo laughed at them. I guarantee they laughed. And they're like, bro, go
Not coming
goodbye.
over here with
Yeah,
that.
you're not coming over with that bullshit.
Yeah, because first of
So
all, we're supposed to be the family-friendly console, and that
right,
some of that shit in there is not, can't come over here.
right. So I think that they would be better off shutting Game Pass down.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
think
let
that
that
if
go.
if you're realistically, bro, if you're looking at it from like a business standpoint, right? Because a lot of people are gonna say like, no, why would they do that? Why would they do that, right? Because you're only thinking about it from like the product of a consumer, right? Think about it from the perspective of a businessman, right? The shit is bleeding money. We have to put in a lot of money in order to keep these games on there, and we're not
Yeah.
making a profit off of it because where we
No,
want to
because we're
be
giving it
at,
away for goddamn
our
free.
sales are we're giving it away for free. Our sales are they're plateauing right now. I think that it doesn't make sense. I think that they need to shut that shit down, and they need to look at what Nintendo's doing. They need to look at what PlayStation's doing, and they need to mimic that.
It's literally that easy. Your
Right.
competition tells you, is showing you what fucking works.
Yeah.
They're showing you like we don't have Game Pass on fucking or no Game Pass like situation over
Right.
here. Um, but you just get a couple games every month, and that's just it. And they
Right.
try with games with gold.
Yeah,
Xbox
but games
try,
with bro,
but it's fucking terrible
it's
though.
terrible.
Like
Yeah.
they scrape the bottom of the barrel to put shit in games with gold.
Right. And
Or I don't know
sometimes we get
what
bullshit
it's
too,
called.
but a lot of the times we get a lot of great shit.
Yeah, a
Bro,
lot of times we get
I
shit like,
really,
oh, I would have bought that, or I
bro,
was gonna buy that.
to really wrap it up, right? I would say that they actually just need to get rid of Phil Spencer. Because
Yeah,
anytime you come out and say that, like we said in the beginning, anytime you come out and say making good games isn't gonna sell us consoles, then you actually do not need to be the head of the console business, bro.
nope. Yeah. And when
Because
you when
because your competitors are already proving you wrong.
been proving you wrong for years, that's why you
They've
are where
been
you are.
proving you wrong for years,
And
and
then
you
you
really
went out
came
there
out,
on stage and doubled down on a bad idea.
looked everybody in our eyes
Fucking
and
terrible.
said that's not the case.
That's not the case.
Yeah, I think that
The
he
people
just.
in first
I
place are
really
lying.
think,
That's not how you get in first place.
bro. I really think that he needs
Crazy
to
as
go
fuck.
because
And
you
it's
see,
gonna be fucked up because whoever
everybody
gets in there
likes
don't have a
him.
whole lot of time.
Everybody likes him because he's going out there. He's putting on that winning smile, and he's Game Pass, But bro, you really gotta
Yeah,
look
he
at
got
what
out
he's
there and
doing.
lie his ass
The
off. Yeah.
motherfuckers, the motherfucker said that us buying studios isn't we're not that's not our goal to take games away from PlayStation, and then proceeds to take games away from PlayStation. Now, did you hear that, bro? Did you hear that shit where somebody in the studio, right, in one of the studios, they came in, they were making a PlayStation version. He came in and said, "Yeah, shut that shit down."
What?
Yeah, bro. I forgot which studio it was. It was for a game that was coming out. The motherfucker walked in there, said that, "Oh, is that the PlayStation version? Yeah, shut that down. We're not doing that. It's only Xbox and PC." So they stopped making an PlayStation version.
Well, that's look, and I can't be mad because I may be see, and that's the thing. Like he gets on stage and talks all that shit, but behind closed doors, he knows that it's the truth. That's why he told him just shut that down. Like
Right,
we're not finna give the competitors any more ammo.
right,
Like yeah, we're gonna get paid from it, but they don't need that, bro. They're doing fine with the shit that they got because they don't
right.
give us none of their shit. And he right. PlayStation don't. So like
Hmm.
but I was gonna say that my closing thoughts on the shit. I think that they're in a bad position. Most of the stuff we listed would help. Phil Spencer is the main cause of the shit, but it is very unfortunate because even if Phil Spencer got replaced right now today with a brand new person, it just wouldn't be fair because they don't have that much time to fix this fuck up. And this kind of fuck up needs time to be fixed. There
I
is
agree.
no answer or solution in a 3 year span.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if they drop this motherfucker. Like I said, right now we woke up brand new head of Xbox division, um, whatever. The fucking clock is ticking, bro. And you really would have to pull a miracle out of your ass to make Xbox be in the green in 3 years when this dude couldn't do it in I don't know how long he's been in there in that
Right,
position.
right.
Yeah, so it's a fucked situation that they're in.
Hmm.
Realistically, they're looking for a Hail Mary, and I don't. It's not likely that they'll get it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
all I
well,
gotta say on it.
shit. I mean, either it's a Hail Mary or they're just gonna buy another studio. So, shit. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that, and hopefully they'll be able to actually pull themselves back. But like you said, bro, I don't see. I just genuinely don't see them doing any types of well anymore. But
Yeah,
I mean, shit. We'll see. All right.
we
So,
are gonna see
thank you for watching.
2027.
All right. Thank you for watching. Guns, thank you for being here again
Yes,
for our talks
sir.
again.
I'll
All
be
right.
here on the next one too, and the one
Yep.
after that,
Yep.
and the
All right
one
then, y'all.
after
So
that,
sit tight
and
for the
the
next video.
one
All right.
after that,
Stay solid.
and the one.